Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a drugstore haul of the things that I have bought over the course of the last week and a half, I would say. And, alright, let's start with nail polish. You guys know how much I loved that Sally Hansen color foil nail polish in rose gold. Wait a minute, no, not rose gold, rose copper. And, I have it on right now, but I did a separate video all about these polishes. Well, I loved it so much that I decided to go ahead and buy it in one more color, so I got Purple Alloy, and it's kind of a blue-toned purple. I think I've already worn this in a video, so if you saw a video of mine recently with purple nail polish on, this is what I was wearing. But yeah, these are so pretty. Okay, now because with the Sally Hansen color foil polishes, you're not supposed to use a base coat or a top coat. So since I only have like 2 thin layers, or actually today I did 1 thick layer, and yeah, that didn't work out so well. It's better to do 2 thin layers than it is 1 thick, because I don't think it's going to show up, but I've got like little streaky marks on my nails, so 2 thin coats is better than 1 thick coat. I was trying to cut corners. But seeing as how that's what I'm doing most of the time with these is just 2 thin coats, I decided that I would make the process even faster than it already is, because it's super fast if I'm not using a base coat or a top coat. And I saw this one day when I was at Kmart. It was supposed to be on sale for 99 cents, but it didn't ring up that way. And I didn't catch the mistake until I got home. Don't you hate that? When you see something and it's on sale and they've got the little tag there to show you, and then you forget to check your slip and you get home and it rang up as full price. Even if you do catch it, who wants to go to customer service and have them refund your money, and or refund part of the money, the difference, and then they're looking through flyers to see which things are on sale and all that. It's just such a pain in the neck. So sometimes I think they do that on purpose. They mark things down and then they don't change the price in the registers just to get you to buy it in the first place. Well, with me, it works because I love getting a good deal on things. But anyways, yeah, I saw this on sale for 99 cents, and what it is it's one of those tubs that has nail polish remover in it that has the foam inside. And this one is by Pretty Nails. And you just stick your finger in there and kind of twist it a little bit, and then when you take your finger out, the polish is off. If you don't have a lot of layers on your nail. I find that these aren't particularly the greatest when you have on a base coat, 2 coats of polish, a top coat. It's just easier to remove it directly. But if all I have on is 2 very thin coats of one of these color foils, I can just stick my finger in there for a second, and when I pull it out, everything is off. So that just expedites the process even more so. So even though I had to pay full price for this, it was still, I think, a good thing to get just to work with those foil polishes. So that's Pretty Nails Instant Polish Remover. So that's been working out great for that. And then when I bought the Maybelline Dream Wonder foundation, I wanted to pick up a couple more powders to try with that foundation. So I had bought the Maybelline Dream Wonder powder in the same shade that I bought the liquid foundation in, which is number 20 Classic Ivory. And I've already done, I think, a full review on this powder quite a while ago when it first came out. Because I bought it in a different color, and I had bought it actually in the wrong color because the color that I bought was, I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought a color that was way too dark for me. And then I turned around later on and I bought 1 shade lighter than this one, and it's It's pretty good, it's okay, but I think this is even better. So anyways, this is the powder. And like I said, I've done a full review on this, but it's a very heavy powder, so it works good with any kind of foundation that is light, or you can use it with a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream or a CC cream. So it works really well with those things. So now I have it in 3 shades. One that's a little too light, one that's way too dark, and this one is just right. Then I also wanted to get the correct color of L'Oreal True Match powder because I have one that's way too dark on purpose because I use that sometimes for a contour. Then I bought a bunch of other colors to use as eyeshadows. You might remember that from the videos that I did called Your Perfect Lid Color and Your Perfect Crease Color. I had bought a whole bunch of them in different shades of nude to use for eyeshadows, but I didn't have this powder to use as an actual powder on my face. So I reached into the slot for C2, which is the color that I am in L'Oreal True Match, and I just grabbed the powder and put it with my other things, and I didn't look at the back of it. Well, someone must have put one from one of the other slots in the C2 slot, because when I got home and looked at it, I saw that it wasn't C2 that I had bought. It was C3, which is creamy natural, and I thought, well, you know, I could return it for the color that I really want, but then I looked at it and I thought, yeah, I could use this one for an eyeshadow too, because I love using these powders as eyeshadows. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. So I tried it one day, and it was actually fine. It wasn't like super dark on me or anything. So there's what it looks like. And I just love the texture of this powder. It's really silky, and it's I would say it's like a medium weight powder. It's not as heavy as the Maybelline Dream Wonder, but it's not as light as the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So I have that, and then I caved and I bought the new L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Foundation and the concealer. In the concealer, I got Fair because I find that if I go lighter, one shade lighter than what I should take, it works really good with concealers. And in the foundation, I got Classic Ivory. I'm just looking for it on here. Yeah, 202 Classic Ivory. Now, I don't think I'm going to do a full-out review on these products because, I don't know, sometimes I like to do reviews on individual products and sometimes I would rather just tell you my thoughts right off the bat. I prefer concealers that are liquidy. Things like Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, Maybelline Mineral Power Concealer, which is what I've been using lately. The ones with the roller ball sponge tip applicators, the Age Rewind. I like anything that's really liquidy for concealers. Whenever I buy something that's thicker, I feel like it just doesn't work as well for concealing under eye circles. So then I tried it as like a blemish concealer, and it didn't really work that good for that either. So just on my initial impressions of this, because I haven't used it a ton of times, but I've used it enough times that I feel like I know how I feel about it. So if I knew now what I knew then, I don't think I would buy it. And I don't really want to return it because the place that I bought it at is nowhere near where I live, so it wouldn't be worth it for the amount of money that it would cost me for gas to get back to that store to return it. So I'll probably just keep it and use it every now and then, like on days maybe that I'm not going to make a video or I'm just hanging around and I'm not going to leave the house or something. But I'll use it here and there. I could also try mixing it with another concealer and see what that does, but I didn't feel like it particularly concealed anything really, so I would pass on this concealer. Now, as far as the foundation goes, the Visible Lift Blur Foundation, I don't know if you can tell, but this color is not right for me. It's, can you see that it has like a very, very warm undertone to it? Now, normally L'Oreal Classic Ivory, that shade in any L'Oreal product, or Maybelline for that matter, because, you know, L'Oreal owns Maybelline, usually that would be spot on for me and a really good match, but for some reason, this has a really, really deep warm tone to it. But if I had gotten the true ivory color, it would have been too light, I think, for me. But this is too warm. Let me put some. See, it's almost got like an orange cast to it. And I do have it on today. I have both these products on today. And it kind of looks like I put self-tanner on my face, because if you really look, you can see like streaks of orange there. And then see how right there it's kind of whitish. And right there it's kind of orangish. So yeah, it's too orange. And I don't understand why it is, because Classic Ivory as a shade is not usually like that. So since I have it on my hand, let me show you what it looks like blended in. So it does blend in pretty well. Once it's blended in, it looks okay, but I don't know, it looks a little streaky to me. Now, I did set it with a powder. I put the Maybelline Dream Powder on top of it. So, I don't know. And then I went to leave the house, and right along my hairline was really white. And so what I did was I took some bronzer and dusted it like right along the hairline so that I wouldn't have that white line. And it still looked like that. So then I took a deeper bronzer, and this is why I think it's good to have different shades of bronzer. All right, what did I do with it? There it is. This is Essence Bronzing Compact Powder in Bronzing Queen. It doesn't really look like it on camera, but in real life, this is a pretty deep bronzer, especially for somebody like me. And so I dusted that like all along the hairline, and then I took it down my neck so that there wouldn't be a sharp difference between my foundation and my neck. But yeah, this is not a good color match for me. And when I was at a store just a little while ago, when I was looking for something else, I looked at the other shades that were available in this, and it wasn't anything that I could exchange it for. So I'm probably just gonna, actually, you know what this would be really good for is at the end of the summer when I have somewhat of a tan. This is probably gonna look great because it is kind of like a tan. It's a tan tone to it. So yeah, I think that'll probably work great at the end of the summer. And maybe that's what I can do with the concealer too. Although the concealer doesn't look orangey. But then again, this is the shade Fair. So that's actually really fair. So yeah, I'm not going to do a review on those products. I mean, how can you really review products that, well, at least with the foundation anyway, that isn't even the right shade for you? So I can't really say. The consistency on that foundation is pretty thick, and but it does seem to blend out okay. I don't know. I'm not wild about it. I think even if they had a shade in the range that was a good match for me, I don't think I would really like it that much. Like as far as the way it felt on my skin and the way it applied, and the coverage was, I'm going to say light to medium. I didn't try to build it up because once I saw that it wasn't quite the right shade, I didn't want to add more because then it would look even crazier. But yeah, the camera isn't even picking up how much of orange tone. I mean, like when I move you can see it a little bit like what I showed you, but it looks even crazier in real life, which is why I had to use some of that bronzer along the areas that were stark white. So that's it, just a little haul, and I'm on the hunt for some other new products. Well, actually one product in particular. You know what, I'm just going to tell you what it is, and you can tell me if you've seen it. But you may have noticed if you shop at CVS at all that all the Milani eyeshadows are marked down. It's part of their CVS like master sale, or a few times a year they mark down all the products that are being discontinued. They mark them down like 50%, some even 75%. Well, all the Milani eyeshadows are marked down right now to 50%. And that's because there's a whole new line of eyeshadows coming in. And if you want to know more about this, go on the Nouveau Cheap blog. I'll try and put a link in the description box, but I think you guys all know who she is by now. I mentioned her before. Well, one of her readers had sent in a picture about these new Milani eyeshadows that they had found at CVS. And these, I guess, are going to be taking the place of all the ones that are there now. And it has the word gel in the title, and they on their picture they swatched them on their bare arm with no primer, and oh my god, they are gorgeous. So I just went to a bunch of CVS's to see if I could find them, but they're not out yet in my area anyway. So you might want to be on the lookout for those because they look gorgeous, and they come in 12 colors, and you know, all the colors that you would normally expect to see in an eyeshadow range. So that's it, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.